This video, the topic is respect. Respect for your teacher, father, Sifu, master, and what it means to me. So, the Chinese word Sifu actually is supposed to translate into the integration of the teacher / father. And I think there's a lot of lack of respect in this culture, and it's hard for them to understand what real respect is. We live in a very competitive culture, competitive society, and in this culture, there's a lot of families with fathers that are not around, or fathers that are just not there for their children. So what ends up happening is it breeds a lack of respect towards, fathers or father figures, or even towards authority. Now, I feel that the way that it's supposed to be is when you respect somebody, that means that you are open to learn from that person, and that you're not competing with that person, and you don't even view yourself as, you clearly don't view yourself as above the person, and you don't even view yourself as equal to the person, but you view that person to be somebody whom you could learn a lot from. And when there's competition, when you feel that you're better than the next person, or that you can outdo the next person, that's when you don't have respect for the person. This is a different expression of respect that I'm expressing. I'm not just talking about general respect for all human beings, but I'm talking about respect for somebody who you truly view as a very important guide for you. Something like a father, not just a regular teacher, but like a real father, a father that you really learn a lot from, a father that you love, somebody that may be the reason why you're living today. And you will never catch up to your father because he has so many life experiences. He's already been there. He's already done that. And he's always going to be that guide for you. So if it's not a real father that I could try to get to explain what I'm talking about, then it could be people who are very religious, and they look at God or Jesus in that way, where it's not about being better than the person. You can't. It's not about being better. It's about learning from somebody that you respect to be a higher level than you, than where you're at. So great respect is like, having great respect is like, hey, this person knows so much, has experienced so much, and can teach me so much. I'm not here to compete with the person. I'm here to learn from the person. So you don't view yourself as equal, and you don't view yourself as above this person, but you view this person as like an ultimate guide for you. So in the context of school, say you're in a classroom and there's a professor, and then you have your fellow students next to you, and there's 500 of you. You may view yourself as equal to the next person sitting next to you, because they're a student just like you. But to the professor, you're not supposed to be seeing yourself as an equal. You're seeing yourself as somebody, you're seeing that person to have something to teach you that is beyond what you know. So you're supposed to respect that professor as so. But there are students who don't have that respect for the professor, where they view themselves as equal or above, the professor. That they know more, so they may try to challenge the professor into debates or whatever, to feel that this person is not teaching something that they could benefit from learning. So what we have is a lot of lack of respect from everybody out there as far as accepting anybody, any teacher, any father figure, any master, any guru, any Sifu. There's a lot of lack of respect. So part of becoming a Sifu or being a father is developing yourself in areas where respect is just given towards you because of your hard work in your self-development. You don't need to ask for the respect, but it's already given to you because of who you are. And that's why, every Sifu, every father, every great teacher needs to put a lot of effort towards self-growth and self-development to the point where respect comes naturally from those around them, from students, from disciples, from children, from whoever is seeking out for a guide, a father figure, a teacher, a master. Anybody who's seeking should give this respect because it's something that they've earned through their hard work and self-development, through leading as an example. I'm not saying that the Sifu or the master or the father should force people to respect them or even ask people to respect them. But the respect should already be there based on their efforts in bettering themselves. Now, as a student, as a disciple, as a child, you need to identify those teachers, those father figures, those masters, those Sifus that you truly do connect with and you truly do respect as greater than yourself. Because the teacher, the father, the guru, the Sifu, they're simply serving to be a representation, a physical manifestation of the greater whole out there, the greater truth. And if you can't accept anybody to be that, then you are effectively preventing your own growth, your own development. You're essentially saying, I don't need your help or anybody else's help. I'll do it myself. And with that mentality, it's very egoistic and closed-minded, where you will not grow to your potential or reach your potential because you're not accepting anybody's help. So just think about it, think about it like this, you're trying to build a home and you don't know how to, and it's just you. and you don't want anybody else to help you because you don't trust anybody or you don't respect anybody to know more than you. Even though it's clear you don't know anything yourself. You're not a carpenter, you never built a home before, but you're trying to build a home by yourself when you don't know anything about building homes and you don't want to have anybody help you. That's kind of how it's like within your spiritual development and also within your development within the martial arts is when you seek out a teacher, a father figure, a guru, a Sifu, a sage, you're pretty much humbling yourself to come to a realization that I can't do it all by myself. And even if I try to do it all by myself, I'm not going to get very far. But if I get the help from somebody who is very experienced, very knowledgeable, very wise, then he will help me reach my potential. He will help me grow. So you will need to seek out somebody who is greater than yourself. Not an equal to you, but somebody greater than yourself. Because you can't really respect somebody who you view as your equal. Because you feel that they know what you know. So there's really nothing to learn from them because they know everything that you know what they know, there's nothing to learn. But if you seek out somebody who is greater than yourself, then that's how you truly learn. And that's where a father comes in. That's where a real teacher comes in. A master, a Sifu, a sage, a mystic. And I feel there's a really, in this culture, there's a huge lack of respect, everywhere. Because it starts from the home, and if you don't respect your own father, because maybe he wasn't there for you, or maybe he was just a bad example for you. Maybe he was never around, maybe he abused you, maybe he's never there for you. Not financially, not emotionally. He just wasn't there. Then you don't have respect for your own father. Then how can you learn to have respect for anybody else? Even the teachers in school, why would you want to respect them? What did they do for you? The police officer, why would you want to respect a police officer? The person doesn't even know you. If you don't have respect for your own father, then it could lead towards a lot of disrespect for all people out there. So, you could go around feeling that you know everything. You don't respect anybody. You don't care to learn from anybody. Because you feel that you're better than everybody. And I feel that that's the mentality that a lot of people have out there. A very egoistic, self-centered attitude where they feel that they know everything. Especially with technology nowadays, with Google, YouTube. They just go onto their phone, Google something, and be like, I know everything because I could just go on the internet and find out myself. I don't need you for anything. You're not my master. You're not my father. You're not my teacher. You're not my Sifu. You're nobody. I'm better than you. We're not even equals, but I'm actually better than you. I should be teaching you. This is the type of mentality that people have. And with this mentality, how can you progress in the martial arts? How can you even progress within your own spiritual growth? So the martial arts comes in because it's supposed to teach you about respect. And the martial art teacher, the Sifu, is supposed to be somebody that deserves respect through his own hard work. So you look at somebody like Michael Jordan when he was at his peak, he had a lot of respect from a lot of people because of the hard work that he put in. It just came on its own. People see Michael Jordan like, wow, that's Michael Jordan, because of the hard work that he put into his game development. But as life goes on, has he continued to put the hard work in? Well, he might not be physically as capable, but then he puts in hard work towards making a lot of money, towards being an entrepreneur, towards being a businessman. So he's accumulated a vast amount of wealth. So then people remember what he did in the past. They see how much money he has, and they respect the money. They respect his past accomplishments. And then they give him respect. Michael Jordan, the name in itself, ends up getting a lot of respect from a lot of people because he put in that work, that hard work. Mike Tyson is a household name as well. He put in that work. He built a name for himself. Went to the Olympics, got all these titles, and people remember that, and then they respect those accomplishments. So Sifu, he's supposed to put in work towards developing himself. So in the context of the martial arts, is he physically fit? Is he combatively capable? Can he spar? Is he meditative? Is he spiritual? Is he living a meditative lifestyle? Is he living the way of the martial arts? Is he representing the martial arts the way that it should be? If he is, if he's putting in that work, then the respect should come on its own. But there still will be the people who don't have the respect, who will feel that he hasn't worked hard enough, who will feel that he is a nobody, or average, or nothing special, that this person cannot do anything that they can't do themselves. There's going to be people that feel that way. And these people that feel this way end up losing respect, or they don't have respect for this teacher or this Sifu or this so-called martial arts master. So who do they look to then? They look to themselves. I am my own master. I am my own Sifu. I am my own father. And then they get back to this mentality of I, me, I am the center of this world. I am the universe. I'm all that matters. I'm all that exists. So it ends up leading towards this narcissistic development where you feel you're the center of the world. You also essentially feel that you're God, that you're above everything, you're above everybody. This egocentric mentality. And that's the problem that I see within this culture and its people. And what's holding people back from growing. So when you learn to surrender to a master, to a Sifu, to a teacher, to a father, and you give up that ego and you learn to just be open and humble open to learn, then you learn to connect with the Sifu, with the master, with the teacher. And you learn to become one with that person. As you learn to do that, then you can learn to connect with the rest of the world, the rest of the people. Connect with nature. Connect with everything around you and develop compassion. Stop resisting. Stop competing. Stop fighting. But to actually find peace. Find love. Find happiness. You know, people that can find a true master, a true teacher, a true Sifu, should be very thankful, because it's rare to find anybody of high quality in what they do, in what they teach, that is willing to help you. They should be truly thankful, not ungrateful and competitive and arrogant and egoistic and trying to prove that they're better. You know, back to the example of the home, is like you not knowing anything about building a home at all. And then somebody comes into your life that's been building homes for their entire life. They've already built hundreds of homes. And then they're willing to help you build yours. You should be truly grateful for that person to come into your life to help you. And many of us may not have father figures out there, or may not have a father to learn from, or a master, or a Sifu, or somebody wise. And we truly are by ourselves, and we have no other choice but to be on our own. If that's the case, then that's the case, and then we have to do what we need to do to survive, and to grow, and to learn. But if there is a great teacher, a great Sifu, a great master, or your father is truly there to help you, then you shouldn't resist. You shouldn't rebel. You shouldn't become arrogant and compete. But you should accept that helping hand, because that help will truly help you reach your potential. You know, and that's what I mean by respect. True respect. You know, when you have true respect, there is no competition. There is no such thing. It doesn't exist. Because how can you compete with something that you know is greater than you? You can't. You just don't compete, and you just give up and surrender and accept. Like the dewdrop compared to the ocean, is what Ocean would say. How can the dewdrop compete with the ocean? And the master, the Sifu, the teacher, is a symbol of the ocean. like your father, what he's supposed to represent, what he's supposed to be. Somebody knowledgeable, wise, experienced, who's been there, who's done that. There is a guide for you to help you. He's like a compass or a map who helps you through your journey in life. But you could throw away the compass, throw away the map, and then now you're lost. And you could be going in circles, not even knowing that you're not getting anywhere. Because you refused the guidance. If you have the guide, if you found the guide, then appreciate it. Use it. And don't let your ego get in the way. You know, I think we live in a culture where it's very egocentric. And these Eastern teachings is there to help us to balance. You know, to diminish this ego. Connect with the greater whole. Become one with the whole. And then finally come at peace.